Greetings from Annapolis. I'm Senator J.B. Jennings, bringing you your Annapolis update for Friday, March 6th. Only 39 days left in the Maryland 90-day legislative session. The Maryland General Assembly is up against a substantial deadline. The deadline is known as Crossover Day, which is the last day for legislation to pass the chamber in which it was introduced and transferred to the other chamber for consideration. Essentially, Senate bills must pass the Senate and House bills must pass the House. This week ended with a snowfall that blanketed Maryland. And to the glee of many of our children, most schools were closed. Additionally, most government offices were closed. However, the Maryland General Assembly still convened its session, and the Senate and House both held all its bill hearings. A number of hearings were held by the Senate Education, Health, and Environmental Affairs Committee on reforms to the education system here in Maryland. One bill, Senate Bill 699, that I sponsored, would place a testing moratorium on all state standardized tests from pre-K through second grade, as well as require a halt to the statewide kindergarten readiness assessment, which is also known as the KRA. At the hearing, we heard from countless parents and teachers who were concerned about the amount of instructional time lost and lack of usable data to help improve teaching and learning for Maryland's youngest students. Additionally, there was a rally held in Lawyers Mall outside the State House in support of Senate Bill 405, the Maryland Education Credit. This bill would provide businesses with a tax credit against their state income tax liability, equivalent to 60% of the total donation to a student assistance organization. Those organizations, in turn, provide public and private financial assistance to students' expenses such as tuition, supplies, tutoring, transportation, and special needs services. Similar legislation has passed the Maryland Senate in previous sessions but has never made it out of the House of Delegates. The rain tax. Hearings were held on several stormwater management bills, also referred to as the rain tax. All of these bills were very similar in subject matter. They were just different with regards to their sponsors. I'm proud to say that I was a co-sponsor on these bills. All of these bills repeal the mandate that the counties impose this tax and instead implement a funding stream that best suits their jurisdiction. And finally this week we had the chicken tax. That's right, a tax on chickens. Senate Bill 533, titled the Bay Tax Equity Act, which we rather call the chicken tax in the halls of Annapolis, establishes a chicken manure pollution fee at 5 cents per chicken. I believe this bill is utterly unnecessary and will only result in the large chicken operations in this state, such as Purdue and Mountain Air, to take their business elsewhere. As always, feel free to contact me anytime on any issue here in Annapolis. Email me, call me, stop in the office. We're here to represent you. So until next week, I'm Senator J.B. Jennings. I'll talk to you later.